Welcome back for another video. Who are the best players to buy for GW19? We're nearing the halfway mark of the season now, still a long way to go. We're a couple of days away from the next deadline as well, so let's break it down nice and simple by position, straight into it. Goalkeepers first. And looking at the fixtures for next game week, there's a few that have got good clean sheet potential in particular. Arsenal home to Villa, though I think that one maybe is debatable on Villa's current form. Man City have got Sunderland away, Newcastle have got Burnley away, and Man United face Wolves home. Raya is top of all keepers for projected points over the next 5 game weeks and also game week 19, which is some food for thought if you're thinking about selling him, given Arsenal's next 5 do look a bit tougher. They've got Villa, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Forest and Man United, but yeah, despite that, he's top of all keepers next 5. It was a frustrating game week 18 as a lot of the top defences or highly owned defences conceded. No clean sheet for Arsenal, City or Liverpool. Or Newcastle of course, but Man United managed one against Newcastle, which was a surprise. It feels like jury's still out on Lamans as an FPL pick for 5 mil, for me anyway. If he was 4.5 mil, I think he'd be really tempting. But I do have a stat which could surprise you on Man United. Since Lamans came in, Man United are now 5th best in the league for expected goals conceded with 15.3 XGC. The 4 teams ahead of them over that run are Arsenal, Man City, Palace and Liverpool. Some managers have had a lot of joy lately with the Verbruggen and Dubravka combination, which is about as cheap as keeper combos come for 4.4 mil and 4.0 mil. That was an 11 pointer for Dubravka last match, and an 11 pointer for Verbruggen the week before. Looking at the next 8 game weeks keeper rotations, if we tap Brighton and sort by rotation, the fixture rotation with Dubravka is not as great now between them, but it's West Ham that actually have the best rotation, and then it's Newcastle, Everton and Forest. Now John has started 3 in a row for Forest in goal now, and he's only 4 mil. If he continues playing, he's going to be a gem at that price, and he'll be far better than Dubravka for 4 mil. Now rotating keepers can backfire, like there'll be times where you bench a keeper who's got a worse fixture, who ends up keeping an unexpected clean sheet of loads of saves, but recent game weeks have shown it can work very well as well. I've got 9 points from my set and forget Raya over the last 2 games. The Verbruggen and Dubravka owners have got 22 points. The fixture ticker tool here is from FPL.page or on the Focal app. There's a few days left to claim free premium, and that's the final giveaway of the whole season. Link below in the description to claim it. Moving on to defenders next. So Dallas hit a bit of a mad patch recently. He's top of the table this game week, and only one of his last 5 games he's failed to get an attacking return in. 1 goal, 3 assists in his last 5 games. Wolves, Leeds and Burnley's next 3 as well, so he can do a lot worse for 4.4 mil, that's for sure. Though after those games he's got to be benched or sold, because it's Man City and Arsenal after those 3 fixtures. I have to also mention Dorgu. In his 38th game and with his 31st shot for the club, Dorgu scored his first Man United goal in all competitions the last game week, and it was a great strike on the volley as well. Played out of position winger and he looked great there. Assuming he starts the next 3, he's an even better option for 4.1 mil. I actually think despite all of that, Hall would be my top defender to target this week with a transfer if you can afford him. He's a little bit pricey, 5.2 mil. He has fallen in price 3 times though, so he's cheaper than where he started. Really attacking, he takes some corners. And the next 4 are unbelievable fixtures. It's Burnley away, Palace home, Leeds home, Wolves away. That's their next 4. It's just a shame that they've got so many injuries, because this could still be a difficult spell for them. With Livramento, Botman, Trippier, Lascelles, Kraft all out, Burn as well. So there's just no depth at the back. Miley's having to play right back currently. But yeah, Hall is worth the 0.2 million over Chow if you can afford the difference. So what's going on with the Arsenal defenders? So Timber wasn't even in their squad last match. The rumours are that it's just precautionary and he felt something against Palace. He did play the full 90 against Palace in the League Cup, and he even took a penalty after it went to pens, but apparently it was just something from that game. It's a difficult one to get a read on with Arteta. He's probably unlikely to tell us anything. My best guess is that they wanted to rest him for a really important home game against Villa and he starts the next one, which for me would make him a hold. Calafiori pulled out in the warm-up as well, injured before the Brighton game, so he's a doubt now. And Cappy did start after being a doubt as well, but then Gabriel came back from injury and he came on, so this could be the week to move from Cappy on if you've got him. And it could be the week to buy Gabriel back, who has been unbelievable this season up until his injury for points per game. Keane and Tarkowski had a fantastic game against Burnley, both getting a clean sheet, DEFCON and bonus points. And they've got Forest away next, so it's not the best fixture. Maybe the ideal time if you wanted to buy the Everton defence would be Game Week 20 or 21 now. From Game Week 20, Everton have got Brentford home and then Wolves home, Villa away, Leeds home, Brighton away and so on. It's not that bad to buy this week though. If we look at projected clean sheets for the next 6 or so game weeks, Everton are third in the league after Arsenal, Man City, and then it's Liverpool, Newcastle and Chelsea. To repeat the point on last week, the caveat with Keane is that once Branthwaite's back, which could be in 3-4 games, he's then a risk for starts. Tarkowski makes more sense. He just needs to basically avoid a yellow card next game week and then he'll be fine because it resets to 10 yellow cards for a suspension. Midfielders next, and for Game Week 19, Cunha is so far ahead of anyone else, he has to be firmly in the conversation for captaincy. Wolves have lost every single game since they drew with Brighton in Game Week 7. Man United beat Wolves 4-1 as well, I think it was just a few weeks ago. Are any of you going Cunha captain then? It's always high risk, high reward given Haaland's effective ownership every week. Some weeks it's been badly punished going against Haaland, but others, such as just last game week, it has worked for many. Palmer is second on the table this week and he's playing Bournemouth at Stamford Bridge as well. A 4-1 defeat by Bournemouth away against Brentford. Only Burnley have got worse expected goals conceded in away games. I'm aiming to buy Palmer probably around Game Week 22 myself, though I do think going early this week could work if you've got the room for it. But does he definitely start all games over this patch of 4 game weeks in 11 days? My best guess is that he probably misses one game. The next 5 game week projections do suggest that the Cunha, Saka and Foden core midfield is still very, very strong and perhaps not worth moving off on for a while yet if you own those 3. Szoboszlai returns from suspension, he's straight on the table, he's on penalties and he's got Leeds home, plus he's got Burnley home in a few weeks in Game Week 22. He's a great option for only 6.6 mil and he's the cheapest mid on the table this week. On his 17th appearance and with his 21st shot in the competition, Wirtz just scored his first Premier League goal for Liverpool and he makes the table as well at the bottom with 4.9 points. Same as Sharda, who just became the 5th player to have a 20 plus point game week after that hat-trick against Bournemouth. He was on the table last game week if you recall, and I really wish I'd gone there now. He bagged a hat-trick last season as well and he can be really explosive like that. There are some decent fixtures ahead still for him. He's got Spurs home next, he's got Everton away, Sunderland home, Chelsea away and Forest home, so it's not too late to buy him. If you've got Minte though, as frustrating as recent matches have been, I would keep hold unless you've got a clear upgrade to someone on this table here. It's just not the time to sell after that rest against Arsenal when he's got West Ham and Burnley next. I mean, those are 2 incredible fixtures right now. I would sell him in Game Week 21 when Brighton have got Man City away. Last player to mention is Cherki. Since the start of November last month, Cherki's assisted more goals with 7 than any other player in Europe's big 5 leagues. He's been ticking along with the returns, 3 blanks in his last 9 games, and he ended up the best City asset last match with that 13-pointer as Foden and Haaland both blanked. He's becoming increasingly difficult to ignore, especially given his cheaper price. There's going to be the odd game where he really annoys you because he comes off, like 60 or so minutes of a blank or he gets benched. For example, Game Week 13 and 14, he was benched both games in a row, so there is always that potential with him. Though with a player of his quality, maybe it doesn't matter. Those of you that have played FPL long enough will remember there were players like Mahrez back in the day who was so explosive when he started that many were just happy to buy him and accept there's going to be these blanks and benches because he was so explosive that his average points over runs was still good enough. I'm currently on the triple up with O'Reilly as my 3rd City asset, so I'm going to be sticking to that for now. Forwards next, and Haaland's top with 6.6 points. Now to compare, Cunha was on 7.5, so that is a pretty sizable gap between the two. Enough to strongly consider Cunha captain as well even. I think that's going to be a huge talking point before the next game week. Ollie Watkins does make the table of course, but he did get that brace last game week. You can never rule Villa out, they're on a crazy run. Is it 11 wins in a row? Across the last 3 Premier League seasons, Villa have won more points from losing positions than any other Premier League side, with 54. Ekitike is the 2nd best forward next game. We can also 2nd best if we look at the next 5 projections. The single most bought player last game week, only for Wirtz of course to outscore him. Though he does still look an amazing option given some of those upcoming fixtures plus Isak out for months. I wouldn't rush to buy Sesko or Mateta, despite their ranking on the table this week. They just feel a bit iffy for minutes right now. There's very few forwards that feel totally safe, to be honest with you. I mean, Thiago might not even be. He did get an assist last match after being heavily sold, and he's got to be a hold for now if you've still got him with those fixtures in mind that we discussed when we were assessing Sharda. And I think Bowen as well has got to be a hold for now, unless you can go up to Ekitike. West Ham have got some great fixtures, and if anyone can turn things around for them, it's got to be Bowen, and he's still a top 5 scoring forward. Let us know below what your transfer plans are. Hit subscribe as well below if you're not already, and there's a link below in the description for the free premium for the Focal app. See you soon for the next one.